Feed My Starving Children, an organization that packs food for those in need throughout the world, reached a major milestone, delivering its billionth meal this fall. A century ago, finding meals for everyone was even more difficult, but Anoka County did have an option to help. Community Close-Up's Drew Shingen looks at how a farm put people to work, but kept food on the table.
I think, when people see these things, that's when they react. They either react and say, these people need help and I'm going to help them, or they say, these people are not deserving of help and they're a detriment to society.
It is more than usually desirable that we should make some slight provision for the poor and destitute.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are.
It's, I think, a lot of people's perceptions about what they like or don't like about people that are on assistance or are poor or are asking for money and or receiving it has a lot to do with whether or not they can see them.
It is enough for a man to understand his own business without interfering with other people's.
In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, Scrooge's thoughts of the poor highlighted the opinions shared by many in the 1900s. At the turn of the last century, Anoka County decided to help their less fortunate residents with what was known at the time as a poor farm.
They're certainly not around any longer today that I'm aware of. It was an idea of helping out poor people that were not able to pay for their own housing, for their own food, those types of things. And so the farm was a working farm, and the people that were, they called them inmates that were there, they weren't necessarily sentenced to be there, though sometimes the courts had them there. The money raised from the farm would pay the salaries of the superintendent and any of the upkeep for the farm, and of course food produced at the farm would feed the inmates, the residents at the farm, and then they could also sell it for the income of it.
The farm was only up for about 30 years, and it was closed for a variety of reasons.
The biggest reason was the social safety net was changing for people that were on the farm. That was the big reason. The smaller reason, and I'll cover that first, is that it wasn't as profitable, and so the county was actually starting to put money into it. The whole idea was that it was going to be self-sustaining. But the big reason is that we're starting to see other safety nets happen. On the state, we're starting to see that state funds will give money directly to the people. And then we're starting to see things with, on the national side, with Social Security comes a couple of years after, but it was sort of in the offing after it closes, and so there's those other social safety nets there. And so there just wasn't the need for it, and the model that they were using just wasn't profitable either.
The city of Coon Rapids eventually bought the land, and now the Cardinals football field resides there. For Community Close-Up, I'm Drew Shingen.
The farm covered 75 acres, growing wheat and grain for sale and raising livestock to help feed its residents.